Okay, y'all, it's me, World Famous Gamer again. I was gonna do the how the pieces move all together. Like I was gonna do the whole video on just on all the pieces, but I'm gonna break it down into individual parts so you can just keep watching it over and over till you grasp it. So I'm gonna start off with the pawns. As you know, in the earlier video, the pawns get set up on the second rank for the white pieces, and for the black pieces they get set up on the 7th, which is black's second rank, kind of, so to speak. So each pawn is worth 1 point. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points altogether. If you get like 2 pawns taken off, then you've basically only got 6 points. 6 pawns, which equals 6 points. The pawn's first move, on its first move, can move up 1 or 2 squares. 1 or 1, 2. After its first move, it can only move 1 square ahead. So on its next move, it can only move once. And then after that, it can only move once. They attack differently. Hold on a second. They attack differently than they can move. How they attack is diagonally. So like I said in the video before this, diagonals are diagonals like this. So where they can attack, they control those squares. And I remember in the other video I was saying I would explain how pieces can control squares. So he can make his first move 1 or 2 squares ahead, and then after that he's done making two square moves. He can only go once up ahead. But his attack pattern is different. He attacks diagonally to the right or to the left. So since he controls that square and he controls that square, that means if anything goes to that square, he can take it. Since he controls those squares, most times the bigger pieces aren't going to want to land there unless it's a sacrifice. But we'll get into that on that tactics video. If you notice this pattern right here, he controls that square, but so does he also. Oops, this guy right here. He attacks this square, and he attacks the same square. But this square right here is the only one. He's the only one that can attack that square. So it's always about these 2 squares up ahead. Where these 2 pawns sit, he's protecting them now. So protecting your pieces is when you're pushing pieces or pawns, you're pushing a pawn or piece to a square where if it was taken, the pawn or piece that's protecting it can attack that. So if someone went and came over here and, like, say this pawn was right here, say it came over here and took it, and that's how you take. How you capture is you pick this piece up and put this one on it where it was. That would put him where this pawn was and allow him or him to take it on their move. Like so. Or like so right here. So, hold on. It's warm in here. So the pawns move up once or twice, and then after that they can only move once. And they're the only pieces, they're the only pieces on the chessboard that when they get to the far end of the ranks, the 8th rank for white or the 1st rank for black, once you are able to move a pawn all the way up, now they can't just go up, obviously, on one move. It's going to take them a while because you can only move 1 square at a time after your first move. But you can move once or twice on your first move. Once you get to the end, say this pawn was right here. Once he gets to the end, he can promote. He can promote to a queen, a knight, bishop, or rook. He cannot promote to another pawn, and he cannot promote to a king. He cannot do that. These are the only ones he can promote to. Usually it's the queen because she's the most powerful piece. And when we talk about her, we'll get to that, and you'll see why she's the most powerful piece. Same for black. If black was able to get a pawn over here, and then his next move was to come down here, then he would promote to rook, bishop, knight, or queen. So I'm going to do a little overview or recap or whatever. Pawns are 1 point each, and on their first move they can move once or twice. So that means these two squares, his furthest move on his first move is to, like we said, A4. He sits on A2, but he can move to A3, which is the square above him, or A4. And now notice he attacks only this square. So if he comes up here, he's kind of defending this square. This is diagonally to his right. Now if he were to capture, say white made that move, and then black moved this way, and then say white moved this one again, and then black moved up again, white can now take that pawn for free because there's nothing defending that square. And what that does is once he's captured this pawn, he now controls these two squares. He can attack anything on those two squares. He cannot attack once or twice on his first move, you know, like the original setup, how he was right here. He can't attack these two squares. He can only attack one. Throughout the whole game, he's always going to be only able to attack one square diagonally to the right or left. This guy can attack only one square to the left or right diagonally. And after the first move, whether he played a two-step move or just one step, his next moves will only be one square ahead. And now once you, like say you play here, and black plays, what's that, B6, say black plays there, once white goes up, he gets taken, his piece goes off the board and it's gone for good. Now how to set them up, they're always on the second rank when you're setting them up for the white pieces, and on the 7th rank for the black pieces, and they're 1 point each. So I hope you like this video. Any questions or comments you have, put them in the comment section. Like, comment, subscribe, and thank you for liking these videos. If you know anybody who wants to learn chess, have them watch these videos. They'll help. Take care. Love y'all. Peace out.